Yo, people on YouTube. Right. Welcome, everyone. Gonna just wait for a few more people to join in. Boom, boom, boom. Gonna put the links out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I've obviously made it so you cannot comment unless you subscribe. So if you want your altcoins covered, subscribe to BTC's channel. Hello. Wait for a few more people to join. It's still only 12 o'clock. Welcome, everyone. Cool. Right. This is the YouTube stream. So, right, what we're going to do, let's go to total. We're going to go to the total chart first to obviously wait for more people to join. And then it will cover the context of this live stream because obviously it doesn't matter if total's going to nuke, then Bitcoin's going to nuke. However, we've got some lovely support in this region here. And it's a very strong support level. The reason being is because we have resistance here. We have a clean deviation there. We also have resistance here, right? And then there is some resistance here as well on this chart. So yeah, write a comment in the chat if everything is all clear. You can hear me all well and good as well, because obviously I don't want to continue speaking if no one can hear me. So it is a Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. Here, this is the current thesis on Bitcoin, right? I see a few more people joining now. Welcome. Just write in the chat if you can hear me. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot of money to make. This market is, well, $3 trillion in this market. Yes, Kieran, thank you. Nice, cool. So yeah, total here, look, very clear. Resistance, the fake out there. Resistance, breakthrough, very clean, retest. Okay, now look, this doesn't even need to go back to old all-time high. But what this needs is a very good bounce, right? Up at least into this 3.1 trillion, right? Let's just say, for argument's sake, the bull market is all over, okay? It's all finished. It's done, like brown bread, right? Then that means it probably come up into this area here, make a lower high in this area here, and then obviously roll over. And it will just bounce in this area here. Like, price is going to bounce in this area here. Then you just get the bleed, and then it obviously falls off the face of a cliff. So that's what I'm saying is if this is a bear market, but that's not what it is, right? So that's the weekly time frame. Okay, so this is a higher time frame chart. Many people in this space are calling for absolute bear market, right? And as a trader, you take probability trades, okay? You take trades based on probabilities, and the probabilities of this level holding is extremely high. So therefore, if price would have come down into this area here, into this box, let me clean this up, into this boxed off area here, I'm obviously keeping it a little bit wider for deviations to the underside, very similar to the upside, right? There's going to be deviations, there's things to fake you out, because if it was easy every time, then trading would be easy. So here we go. If price comes, let's just say we range for a bit, we dump into here, then let it do its thing, then I'll be looking to take longs up into this area here. That would be my trade plan. That is what I'd be looking for on total if we get that, right? I'm going to look for longs in this area here. And if you want to see what I'm looking for in this area, well, don't worry. I've already got a YouTube video based on this. It's on my channel, so don't forget to subscribe and like for that. It is the exact trading strategy that made me over 2.5 million. So go and check that video out for the exact trading entries, because I explain the entry techniques that I look for into these key level zones when we're trading, because it's different every time, right? I could say just long here. You could also do this, right? Just long here, stop loss there, target up here. However, that's very amateur. The reason being is because when price comes into this level, what I can do is I can monitor price. And while I'm monitoring price, I can get a much tighter stop loss. And I can literally double, if not probably, get a much, much tighter stop loss if I'm really on the lower time frame. So I can get 6R here out of this. So you can really get better risk to reward ratios if you zoom in on the lower time frame, right? So the better trades are that's if you're more of a seasoned trader and you can handle the lower time frame volatility. However, if you cannot, then obviously this trade is good enough, right? You just wait. If it comes into here, you look for longs in this area here, and then we wait for that price. This is total anyway, so you can gauge on total when the market is going to bottom. Okay, so sometimes what you see is, I haven't gone through any trading yet, but I'm going through some theory before, right? So what you see is, right, you'll see Bitcoin run first, then some of the alts will lag behind, right? So what you'll see is this here, right? I'm going to make two charts. One for Bitcoin on the left, BTC, and then alts here, okay? So if you want to catch some alts, okay, what happens on Bitcoin? Let's say on the total, it comes into this area here, Bitcoin bounces, it then does this little thing here, which it always does, and then it goes higher, okay? So this is the bottom here. What altcoins will do is it'll bottom here, and then it will take a little bit longer. It will just take a little bit longer in this range, right? That's a poorly drew range. Let me extend it to the lows here. So what it'll do is it'll just play around in this range a little bit longer. Then it will go, right? So the problem here is that if you wait for some alts, bear in mind, I'm only talking about strong alts. So strong alts will probably can just do this. So it's very nuanced, okay? So some alts would just rally straight off that and probably outperform Bitcoin. However, there's also some alts that are going to be strong. Let's say they're in the same narrative, but what they will do is they will hang around a little bit longer. So it's not performing well, so you won't buy it, but total has bottomed. Therefore, once total has bottomed, you can therefore buy this as a default. You can then buy Bitcoin as a default, but it just may take a little bit longer because alts may lag, right? And talking about alts, I'm going to show you this chart here. Others divided by BTC, USDT, okay? So, others. Right, I'm going to cover alt season before this, right? And then at the end of the stream, I'm going to cover some specific. There we go. This is the chart that I'm looking for. And then at the end of the stream, I'm going to cover some altcoins that you guys may want. But this is looking for altcoins here right now, right? This is altcoins divided by Bitcoin. I am pretty sure we will get another alt season of some kind. I said alt seasons never happen again. Yeah, sure. But it's not going to be the same way as everyone thinks. However, you actually don't want alt season to come. The reason being is because it always indicates the end of the bull run. So the longer this bleeds out, and the longer Bitcoin outperforms the rest of the market, the longer the bull run can continue. Therefore, the longer we can make money. It's very simple. I hope that makes sense for everyone. If it doesn't make sense, just ask. Okay? So this is January 2018 here. And then this is May 2021. Then this is the December, November highs here. So there's a little bit of a laggard on altcoins in comparison to, say, Bitcoin top. So yeah, as you can see here, this is the exact top in the crypto markets. This here is also the exact top. And this here is also the exact top. So when this rallies, it's a cause for concern for me. And that's when the bull market is usually coming to an end, because it's been rinsed and milked hard. As you can see here, this was November, December, right? This was our little meme coin pump. So in the grand scheme of things, this meme coin pump has been it's done nothing. It's been very, very small. So this is completely different to this leg here. So what am I expecting for alt season in the future? Well, that means I expect others, BTC is probably going to come back into this area here. So that's what I'm expecting, right? Sorry, if others BTC comes back into this area here, then what I expect is a buy. If you buy this area here for altcoins, expecting a rally up at least into this area here, okay? Right, at least target 1 would be this 0.18. So target 1 would be here. Let me clean some of these drawings up, make it a lot cleaner, because I've just done my speaking in theory. Now we've got the actual execution and setup, okay? So what I would look for is I would look for buys in altcoins in this box, right? Look for longs here. It can squeeze below, that's fine. It's just a zone. It's just an area to start looking for longs on the lower time frames. Although you're not going to look for lower time frame price action on a pair like others / BTC, but I'm just using this as an example because then you can correlate that to the altcoins, because the altcoin marketplace to the coins that you're going to be buying is going to look very differently down here as it is, like say where we are right now. So what I would anticipate is altcoins come into this area here. We look to buy altcoins, and then we trade this up into here, take profit 1. If it bleeds back down, then we're going to have to wait. Perfect extended bull market. We've just milked another mini alt season, right? Might be a little narrative run. So only a certain narrative pops off. Then it comes back down. We then form a base, very, very similar to this. As you can see here, we rallied up. This was August, September. So this was DeFi summer. DeFi summer was this leg here. June. No, it wasn't. Incorrect, sorry. February, January. Hang on, I'm just trying to correlate. September. Yes, sorry. It is DeFi summer. This is DeFi summer here. This is DeFi summer. Then it pulled back. Altcoins bled off. Then we had the real rally. Okay, that was the real alt season. So something similar may happen here, right? Altcoins pull back into this area here. It pumps up into here. Then it bleeds off. We form a base, very, very similar to this. We could be somewhere like this right now, right? We've had this, just something similar. I'm not saying it's going to be identical, like price never looks identical, you know? It never looks the same. As the saying goes, history often doesn't repeat, it often rhymes. So obviously I've changed that just to speak about that now. But as you can see, you had a little rally, you had a pullback. I expect probably a little pump, then a pullback, form a range here, then price can head higher up into here, potentially into there. Let's see if alts do perform and it hits its all-time high again. I'm not so sure. I don't know. I will have to reevaluate things when it comes the time up in this place here. What you are currently seeing this cycle is you are seeing prices rally. A perfect example is Doge, right? What you are seeing this cycle in comparison to previous cycles is you are seeing previous cycles you saw coins pump like this, like mental, then it would just go sideways like this, and then it would pump again. What you're seeing this cycle, so you are rewarded for holding here. So what you're seeing this cycle here right now is, as you can see, we're pumping, we are fully retracing that pump. So anyone that's bought here is in nice profits. I was buying this in September, October this year here. It rallied. Then it price pulls back. So anyone that's bought down here has now technically round tripped all of their profits. they get bored, they get impatient because this is a long period of time again. Then you get the mega rally up into here. Then again, you've now round tripped it all, and then I would expect price to consolidate and do it again, probably back up into here. Again, it's just going over and over again, and it's just rinsing people that are holders. So it's actually punishing holders this cycle. So I hope that makes sense on a little bit of alt season. I'm going to cover the altcoin market at the end, because the traditional way of how alt season works has completely changed as well. Completely changed. The way it goes, everyone goes, oh, the money flows into Bitcoin, then it flows into Ethereum. That has completely changed. That whole chart has, yeah, exactly, Kieran, right? For that exact reason, right? People conditioned from previous bull market, because this is the thing right now. Most people in crypto, I'm not going to be honest here, right? This is going to be completely honest. 1 in 3 Americans own crypto. 1 in 3 Americans own crypto. We are not new. Nobody is new here. So, of course, that means that price can still 3x or whatever. There's still a lot of people to join. I'm not saying that. However, the fact that people think we are early in regards to everything being early is completely false, right? So now the market is more sophisticated. And most of these people, these 1 in 3 Americans, this 30% of America, the richest country in the world, owns crypto, and they've been here for at least one cycle. So these people, I'm just talking people as a whole, and the market maturing as a whole, right? So I'm talking about market maturation. Is that even a fucking word? Maturation. Anyway, with the market maturing, it's going to act very differently. This was a very new market. Very similar to 2017. Obviously, it was also the first time we've seen meme coins pop off, right? Dogecoin was just a little bit of a joke before. Then this pump here kind of confirmed that meme coins were a solid investment, right? So, you know, that's the market changing. The market's going to be changing. It's not going to be the same as before. So, you know, yeah, I'm probably giving too good alpha here, Philip. You know, yeah, you are right. Too good alpha. Well, there's only 12 of you on here, so, you know, it's not going. 13 of you, so it's for 13 smart people taking it on board. So, yeah, so the market's maturing. Every single market matures because more and more market participants join. And when more and more market participants join, it's going to become harder, right? It's not going to become easier. It's only going to become harder. And that's exactly what's happening, right? Runs, retraces. You get bummed. You're like, oh, most people would think, I have just wasted X amount of months of my life, right? Imagine if you're holding Doge from, what year are we now? 2025, right? Let's say if you've held Doge since 2023, you are quote unquote only up 2-3x, which is actually still a great investment. It's just that most people are now greedy in crypto for their returns on investment. Let's say if you put $1 million in, you're up now 3 million. Not bad for 2 years' work, is it? But let's say here, you're up 7x. Now it's a completely different conversation. Now, the thing is here is that the market's maturing, and then you're going to get impatient. Other things are popping off over here. Other things are popping off over here, especially if you've got a lot of capital tied up into a particular asset. It's going to make you think differently and think irrationally. So obviously, I'm talking about the market maturing as a whole. I do expect that we're going to see another quote unquote alt season at some point. It's just going to happen because people are gamblers, right? People don't like to face this reality, but this is the reality here. Many people in the crypto industry have a gambling problem, right? And if a lot of people have a gambling problem, then that means that they are rational people. And if you have irrational people, therefore they're going to come and gamble on their shitcoins once again. So there will be an alt season of some kind. Yet again, you just have to stick around, and it's going to become blaringly obvious. You just have to sit and stay patient in between those periods, right? You're like a poker player. You're like a poker player instead of a gambler. You wait until you get the best hand dealt to you, and then you go all in. It's like that simple, right? Whereas a gambler just keeps going on the slots. Gambler just keeps going on the slots until he wins, and then he puts all his profits back in. There's a massive, massive difference there. Poker players, sophisticated. They know what they're doing to some extent. Sometimes they're going to be wrong, which is fine, but it's part of the game, you know? That's why it makes bluffing so good, you know? So I'm giving a talk on trading and poker, how it's gambling. Anyway, right, I'm going to cover Bitcoin here. Now, Bitcoin, I've covered total at the beginning. No, there's a few more of you in here after my ramble. Then there we go. Bitcoin needs to hold 70k. If 70k starts to break, then that's a cause for concern because resistance there, right? Resistance there, resistance here. Now, I did say before that this was the support level, and it was because this is resistance, 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 resistance. The deviation gets back above, support here, right? And it was, but now times have changed. So even if, right, say, let's say, so this needs 70k, needs to hold. $70,000 needs to hold on Bitcoin. Otherwise, we're going to head lower, probably into this area here. And if it does, that's fine. I would look to buy this area here for a lower high bounce because this area here has not been long enough for distribution to be a complete bear market. This here is different because we were in a range for a very long period of time, a year, right? Technically, this is a range. So what I would anticipate is this. If this was the top and we did nuke straight into here, I would look to buy that for a lower high in this area here to then play the rotation lower potentially. Okay, so that's Bitcoin on the higher time frame. So that just leaves $70,000 as a higher time frame buy, right? $70 to $75,000. It doesn't really matter in that region if you know where you're going to cut the trade. Clean cut, straight below $70,000, fine, done. Close the trade. You're wrong on that idea. That's fine. Move on. Done. You know, I'm not saying, many people think that if I buy in this area here, you just buy, hold. Obviously, it's not going to happen, but you get the point. You need to know where you're going to cut that trade. Okay, otherwise you're a slot machine player, not a poker player. So this is obviously the higher time frame, and I'm going to the most extreme case here, 70,000. That's a pretty extreme level. Now I'm saying that we can get down here. That's fine, right? So let's break down this into a range here on the 4 hour. Now it's more of a choppy environment. It's more of a trader's environment. So I'm going to wait and see what happens here. Let's say if we don't even reach $70,000, okay? If we do not even reach $70,000, that's absolutely fine. What I would be anticipating then is, let's say if we come down, we don't reach it, it comes back above, that would be a trigger to go long here, like this, boom, stop loss below the lows, and then we look for prices higher. Obviously, we're going to take some profits into the midpoint here, but as you can see, that's how I would take some off there, see how price reacts, then it goes up into here, okay? If then 94k level flips, then it's game on, back up to all-time highs. I think the market condition would change then. So does that make sense on Bitcoin? That's I got one higher time frame plan and then one if it front runs that idea. So that's just two ideas there. Just let me know if that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, just put no in the chat and it asks me why. Any questions you have in regards to that. So also, I would also like to wait for a new week because now I'm going to go even lower time frame. Okay, hourly time frame for the bit more of a trader out there. Okay, so I'm going to go here. It's kind of already played out a little bit, and I don't really like this trade idea that much, and I'm not going to take it because I cannot. It's not, it's Sunday. I'm going to wait for the new week to open. See how this opens on the new week. But if we come down into the 80s, dip under the 80s, then potentially you want to take a lower time frame long in that region. Yeah, 80s there, right? Just front run that little low there. This would just be a little day trade, right? A little day trade. Pop up into there, take profit, Potentially, if we do squeeze up into here, take profit too. Okay, that's a very simple trade. I'm not going to go over that one too much, but I think it's, I don't know, potential trade if you want to take a lower time frame trade. And if you are going to take a lower time frame trade, put less size on it. Don't take the higher time frame positions are the ones that I would put more size on, because that is where the money is made. You're going to make way more money trading higher time frame levels than any other level. That is guaranteed. So I hope that makes sense on Bitcoin. They're the two trade plans on there. I hope that makes sense. If not, that's fine. Just give a comment in there. So yeah, I was in my private trading community below. I mentioned last week that I'm a bit cautious up here. I expected price to pull back. And prices did pull back, and that's what has happened. So I said, you can trim some off up here. We took the longs from down here in this box, and then we took more longs in this area here, trim some off there. That's absolutely fine. So that's anticipated, and that was expected. So that's Bitcoin. So let's go to the useless coin this is. Ethereum, right? And these are my levels from previous weeks. And as you can see, it's just resistance, resistance, support, support, turns back to resistance. Now look, this coin is not looking good, right? It's just, there's nothing appetizing about this. Yeah, sure, look, we're at lows. We've corrected 50-60%, sure. I'm not doubting that. But this is not something I would like to buy. I think there's better things out there. There's probably better trades, higher quality trades, more fun trades as well, because Ethereum gas fees are not fun. Yeah, I think that's really it on ETH. I'm not going to go and tell you that there's some master trade plan here, because I don't think there is. I don't think there is on ETH, right? Look, and ETH is literally the only layer one that hasn't reached, you can argue AVAX, but look, I can go to BNB USDT, right? Nobody's speaking about BNB. BNB reached all-time high. Ethereum didn't. Solana reached all-time high. Ethereum didn't, you know? So here's another one. Tron. This reached all-time high. In fact, this is in a mega bull run, right? So, you know, and this is cheap gas fees, because I think people are fed up of paying expensive gas fees on ETH. Like, you're in crypto. We're in crypto, right? And it's magic internet money. Why are we paying $50 to $100 to send money or do something? Like, come on, mate. I might as well use a bank account. I might go down the road. Might as well go down the road and use HSBC. Like, Ethereum is slow as, it's not slow, but it's not rapid either, you know. And all the ETH maxis were saying, oh, Bitcoin's slow. Oh, Bitcoin's a slow network. It's expensive. Blah blah blah. Well, price is not telling you that. So, you know, Ethereum, unless Ethereum sorts its gas fees out, you know, there probably are better bets out there. And there's one thing I like to say here. Just check the Sol Ethereum chart, right? And the longer Sol ETH maintains above this green box, then I'm bullish more on Solana than Ethereum. And that is it. I have nothing more to say on the matter of Solana, right? ETH, Sol ETH, same thing. But Solana here obviously is not looking good either. It's not looking like the future of finance. I'm not saying that. But it does look certainly better than ETH, because it at least ran its old all-time high. Okay, so that's one thing I'm noting here. However, we are coming into key support here. This is higher time frame support, $100 for Solana. Okay, and that means I do anticipate. So we are at the bottom of the bands, right? And let's say if this is a bear market, I do expect and anticipate a move up into these 200s, at least this midpoint of these Bollinger Bands here. Don't trade this that often, but it's just a nice confluence on the higher time frame, right? I'm on the weekly chart here. even in a bear market here, right? We nuked, we hit the bottom of the Bollinger Band, then we rallied up a few weeks later. It takes time. It's not going to happen like in day one. It takes time because, you know, it's a high cap. It took 30 days, 2 months to rally back up into this area here before rolling over. So if we are in a bear market, for all of these sakes, right? Like I mentioned at the start of the video, and if you're just joining in, then rewind it back to the start of the video and give it a like and subscribe so you can comment. So yeah, cool. Right. Anyway, you can see on a Solana here that this is a key higher time frame support level, but that means that I probably anticipate this to roll back up into this area at some point. Okay, so that does not mean I'm bearish. I'm not saying it's going to happen next week, but I am liking the way it's shaping up right now because this consolidation here is getting shorter and shorter. So in a downtrend, the consolidations get shorter, right? And it's the same thing at the beginning of a bull market, right? So at the beginning of a bull market, you have a really, really long period of consolidation. Price bounces around, it breaks out. Then you have actually a smaller period of consolidation because price is broken out. People think that this is going higher, blah, blah, blah. And I ran out of space here. Right, so I'm going to redraw this. So you have a long period of consolidation, price breaks out. You have a shorter period of consolidation. Then the periods of consolidation get short. That's not shorter. They get shorter and then they get shorter because that's an acceleration in price. Okay, so as the consolidations get shorter and shorter, that's an acceleration in price before rolling over. So the fact here on the lower time frames, right, that Solana consolidation, shorter consolidation into now, I want to see this hold. I want to see the $100 hold on Solana and start to form a range, right? I want to start to see a formation of a range in this area and potentially run this back up. It may run the lows once again, okay? It may spike into $100, gets back above. That is our trigger to go long if that happens. I would take that long, stop loss below the lows, and we will trade this back up into a 180 target 150. Okay, you can probably adjust the stop loss depending on the price action. If it's here, that's fine. Then I would go target 150, then I would target 180, and then potentially 200. If it starts to reclaim back above 200 and holds above, right, it starts to do this. This is future price action. So I'm not getting people baiting into people like bull-tard hopium to anticipate price to do this. It breaks through and then it comes like this. I would never ever expect that unless we have pullbacks along the way like this and we consolidate until the summer. Then once price gets back above, then I would anticipate price to go higher because we've had that long period of consolidation. Okay, so if right for now we have this dump into there, get back above, entry there, run into these highs here, then that's probably okay. Well, I would wait. I would probably trim some of my Solana position off here. I would then wait for a higher low in this area here or more consolidation before going higher. Do you see the difference in price action there? After a extended drawdown, right? 60% down is quite a lot. So I've given you a trade plan on Solana in the near future. I then had given you ways to trade that plan if, right, we start to consolidate here for a longer period of time. Obviously, I would trim some profits off into this region here. Then, but if we do consolidate and then gets back above, then I would obviously anticipate this 200 to get broken, and then we can obviously look for higher prices. But until, say this, that's how I'm doing this, breaking this down level to level, right? However, if we do pump straight into here, then I would trim a lot off in this area here and then wait for a higher low or a pullback again, because then price needs to head higher. So it depends on how price sets up over the coming weeks to months and how it trades, depending on what the price of the future of Solana is, because we want to, the market as a whole is unsure on this as a coin at the moment. because obviously we're 50% down. And if it rallies, what you get is a bunch of people selling. So then you obviously have a price, and then you want to start to form a range when people buy back at the lows, and then price can then go higher. But you do really want to see this $100 maintain, right? I don't mind a sweep of these lows over here, but you do want to see this higher time frame level maintain if we are bullish on the longer term thesis. Because if this starts to break down, then that is a cause for concern, because this is a nearly knocking on 400-day range, just over a year, right? And if we're going to start breaking down from this range, then obviously consolidation leads to expansion, not good. And that's a cause for concern for me. So in regards to that, that's why I'm giving this trade plan on Solana. We have all of the lows here, there, we've got this low, potentially even this low. So $100, give or take, you're gonna have some squeezes along the way. It's fine. But what I'm saying here is, if you get this on Solana, price comes down, let it do its thing. Okay, just let it do its thing. Just let it do its thing. Because what price does before it gets into our level, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Solana could just do this. I don't care. Don't really care. Don't really care. Different market environment than what I trade, because I know what makes me money. What other people do is they get confused and they think they must trade this in order to make money, which is completely wrong. What you need to do is understand where you make money best, wait for that market condition. Then when you see that market condition, execute upon that market condition, and then obviously you make money there. But however, if you are trying to make money in here, let's say if price just does this, and this is not your market environment, let's say you are a higher time frame trader rather than a scalper, obviously this, if you are going to trade this, then you need to have a scalping to day trade strategy, right? So then I would wait, just wait, price of Solana comes down into this 100 level, gets back above, establish that this is the range low, and hold above. Then you can look for higher prices into here, because at least 150s, okay? Because then this is the range. This is the range that now price is established within, okay? These are the lows here. Then these would be the highs where you would look to take some profits, okay? So for the immediate lower time frame traders, okay, on the day traders side of things. So yeah, what price does before you see your edge doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? Let's say if Solana does this forever, I'm not going to go and try and take this long into these highs before, right, I see these lows, because I need to wait for these lows, because then that gives me more factors of confluence to be correct on my idea. Therefore, it has higher probabilities of being correct, and therefore I make more money that way. But if I'm trying to trade this same long into these highs up here before we come to the lows, then that's me trying to push my own narrative before things actually happen. So does that make sense on Solana? Obviously, I'm going through the trade plan here. Price does its thing, comes into here, gets back above, boom, 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 take the longs, adjustable stop loss depending on where price is, then smack it up into these highs here. Does that make sense, everyone? Just write in the chat yes or no. Yes, it makes sense, Biss, or yes, everything makes sense. Da, 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 da. Does that make sense, everyone? I know there's a bit of a delay. While there's a delay, don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Obviously, I want to do these weekly, so more of them, to give you guys the alpha. So yeah, I want to keep things clear cut. I don't want to, do too much. So yeah, that's Solana. And if there's any coins that you want me to cover now, I'm going to cover a couple coins for you guys. While I'm on the stream right now, I'm going to cover a couple coins for you guys. Just write them in the chat. First come, first serve. 2 coins. I'll do 2 coins today. altcoins they will be. If the altcoin's dead, I'm gonna skip it. Like, because some people do like really liquid stuff. If the altcoin looks like this on launch, I'm not interested in this. This is not good for me. You know. So yeah, anyone put altcoin in there now? And then obviously, if Solana starts running, some of the meme coins are going to pop off again, right? So there you go, there's another answer. So yeah, just waiting for somebody to post in the chat. Is the chat stopped working, or is anyone still here? I would show my watch list, but people would take this seriously, and like there's loads of stuff that isn't on here anymore. So, you know, I did delete a bunch because I should probably delete some more. I should probably go through and delete them all because I don't even use half these coins anymore. But yeah. Also, in regards to altcoins and my next 100x gems and that, well, you need to stay patient because once the market is bottomed as a whole, right, altcoins are a risk-on asset, right? So Bitcoin alone is a risk-on asset. So therefore, if Bitcoin is a risk-on asset, that means that altcoins are even riskier, you know? So if altcoins are riskier, then we're going to wait for Bitcoin to show strength first. Once Bitcoin has shown strength, once the whole market as a whole has found a bottom, then the trenches will become more interesting then. However, now, at this day, Sunday, 30th of March, it is actually the last day of the quarter. April the 1st, Tuesday. So we've got another day tomorrow of the last quarter. Then we've got a brand new quarterly candle, right? In fact, I didn't even cover that. That's how I was so eager, right? Let me clear these up. Because that's like, right, so here we go. We have we have a quarterly candle here. So this is gonna be even. This is even more alpha here. So yeah, we've got 3-month candles here. Look, this is a 3-month chart. 3-month support and resistance. If this fails to hold, crypto is fucked. Okay. So all this is the most simplest plan that you need. I'm going to simplify everything that I've literally just said for the last 45 minutes, condensed into 2 minutes here. So, Bitcoin, 3-month chart, higher time frame resistance, boom, rejection here, drag it across, very, very similar rejection here, okay? So rejection, double rejection, there we go, rejection off here, boom, rejection off here, boom, right? We've broken through, we've spent time and distance above the level, therefore, this here should be support first touch. If not, it's going way lower, right? And this whole candle here will head for these lows, right? Well, you're heading for this quarterly low here. However, we open up a brand new quarter in 1 day and 13 hours. So I am going to mark out this quarterly low. And I think the low is in for this quarter. I don't think we're going to come back down to 75K for this quarter. However, what you want to see, in fact, I'm going to write this text on there. And I'm going to make it the same color. Right. I'm going to write his last month quarter done. Right. Okay. This is going to be, I'm going to zoom this in because otherwise. So this is, there we go. 1 month chart. Zooming in now. Then what you need to do, so this is the monthly chart. You can see how clear this SR level is. Resistance, resistance, turns to, boom, support. In a bull market, you buy every single 30% correction into higher time frame support. That is it. So what you have, resistance level, turns to support. Then you have a 30% correction into that level. Then you have last month's quarterly low. What you'll see here is this. Last month's quarter low, boom, here you go. So if we open the new quarter, right, on April the 1st, in April, or April, June, right, and we come down into this higher time frame level, you can buy the higher time frame level with a wider stop down here, wherever I said earlier. So go back and watch the beginning of the stream. Then, if we get back above last month's quarter, it will chop around this level. It will chop around. It won't be like bang on, smack bang on, but it will get back above and hold above. Once it is holding above the level, that is where you enter the markets with a wider stop loss below now the low. And that is when the low should be in, and then we head for higher prices into 89, 80,000, 90,000 up here. Okay, that is it. That is the number one strategy there. I've gone over and I've condensed it down into a few minutes there. So that's quite a lot of alpha in the last 50 minutes. So no one's put an altcoin in. That's absolutely fine. If you want to, I do these live streams all the time inside my private trading community where I've printed 5 verified millionaires and many more 6-figure earners. If you would like to join my private trading community, go to the description below and we're going to do a live stream in there over the coming days. We're going to cover all the altcoins, all the charts, what I'm looking for to enter the market and make more millions for our community, for myself and my community, while this bull run still lasts. Because obviously, this bull run is not going to last forever. So you need to act now. If anyone has any more questions, I'm going to stay on here for a couple more minutes while the live stream catches up. If not, I'll see you inside the private trading community in the description below, takeprofitcollective.com. So if anyone has any more questions, just let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all later. If you have any questions, I'm going to stay here now. Nobody has any questions. Right. See you all later. See you in my private trading community.